Hello and welcome back to the channel. This video was recorded live on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. Hope you enjoy. Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking on the video. Today we are back with a Vtuber Plays video. We were checking out whatever the fuck Nintendo did because apparently they got hacked and the Nintendo lawyers are quitting. But let's check. Palworld is doing fucking well and Nintendo hates it, so that's a W.
Wrong! I created Switch 1.2 userland exploit that is not WebKit or save exploit, but we already have userland exploit from day one. The difference is
I have no idea what the fuck this is about. What he's talking about.
Userland exploit is based on save exploit, which can't be used without save transfer using Nintendo Online Service, which forces you to be at latest firmware. So even if exploit or some software-based privilege escalation is found, 99% people can't use save exploit. But this one works without any restriction.
Coding some. Yeah, I'm very lost. I don't know any of what he was saying there. I don't know anything about coding.
And works at all firmware. Why not hack the WebKit? Switch to WebKit has ARM pointer authentication code that prevents ROP code execution, as there was more easy one to exploit it. Oh,
also that like wording and everything sounded so fucking horrible. Like I couldn't understand the fucking coding speed, but at the same time, it just like the wording sounded wrong for like just basic English as well.
Yep, we're getting closer, baby. Now keep in mind, all of this will be useless without a kernel, but a kernel would be useless without this. It's very hard to explain how any of it works. I mean, to be quite honest, you'd have an easier time figuring this out than figuring out how to conquer a torta like me. But we are getting closer and
all right, I watched his stream the one time where he was talking about how he has a thing for fat chicks.
Closer. It's a work in progress, but eventually, you give it enough time, you throw enough nerds at it, and eventually, it's gonna get cracked. The Switch 2 is getting closer and closer to being hacked. This time around, Nintendo really...
I can't wait for fucking Switch 2 to get hacked.
They did put in a lot of extra security measures to prevent their system from being so easily exploited like the Switch 1 was practically day one. I almost feel dirty reporting this. I don't really want Nintendo to know. I know Harmon Smith watches me, and the last thing I want is for that douchebag to go and report my findings.
Fucking Harmon Smith is such a fucking idiot. The Nintendo Switch 2's heavy restrictions on a console you bought, but they can literally brick it after at their leisure. Yeah, people are finding ways to terminate that. Tell them to F off. Yeah. No, that's the thing. Nintendo can get fucked. I don't care for Nintendo.
To Nintendo in an email. Wrong! And then he's gonna write a long blog post about how PC gamers are evil because they're figuring out how to hack the Switch 2.
Like, this dude adamantly believes that Elden Ring is actually a very easy game. The dude's so fucking stupid. Like, it's an easy game and the true game is Zelda.
So that they can bypass all of Nintendo's greed. Now, on its own, it's completely useless, but this exploit is going to be a lot more effective when inevitably they do figure out how to properly hack this system. What's important here is that hackers will be able to breach that initial sandbox and have their own custom codes executed under their own permission. I mean, it's the first step to a basic jailbreak. You won't have full control over the system, not yet anyway, but I give it another 12 months and you're gonna see even more progress. The Switch 2 will be hacked, and thank God, because Nintendo's draconian user agreement that allows them to brick your system whenever the hell they want should give everybody reason to want to.
It's so bad that fucking Nintendo got sued by, I'm pretty sure it was Brazil, because of their fucking bullshit.
Jailbreak their own devices. I mean, I'm quite surprised that there's 100 million.
I don't care about Nintendo off the GameCube. Yeah, basically.
Plus people out there with Switches.
The only Nintendo I've owned was the Nintendo Wii. Elden Ring is easy, but that's if you compare it to Dark Souls, yeah.
That haven't even
Yeah, no, 100%. If you compare it to Dark Souls, it's a lot easier because you can do a lot more. You can actually go and actually explore, level up, come back if you're having problems. So it's like, it's a lot simpler.
Jailbroken a single one. Whatever you can do to deny Nintendo money, whatever you can do to emulate and play whatever the hell you want without handing them a dime, you should take full advantage of, because in return, all that money you give them is gonna go back into their pockets, and they're gonna spend it on taking down emulation, which they've been pretty successful at over the last few years, surprisingly. When I mean successful, I mean about as successful as pointing a magnifying glass at an anthill. But nonetheless, there's nothing you can do. The hackers will have their day, and the Nintendo fanboys like Nintendo Prime are gonna cry about it for no explainable reason whatsoever.
We need someone to make the think meme from Invincible for people in the community.
Oh, but if you love watching these big Japanese tech companies suffer at the hands of a few hackers, it gets even better, as the PS5 has officially finally been emulated. That's right.
Oh fuck. My computer, I don't know if my computer will be strong enough to run the PS5 emulator. Fuck. That's awesome.
The PS5 has been emulated. This is real. This is actually insane to be looking at right now. I mean, granted, all people are able to do is get a splash screen, but nonetheless, give it a couple of
give it a couple of months. They'll get it running.
years, and this will be fully playable. I mean, just as Sony does.
Me personally, I like Elden Ring's story more than Dark Souls. Has almost nothing to do with running emulator. Sure, it doesn't. Sure, I believe you.
Decided to kill physical media just as their stocks are dropping, just as they shut down the PS3 and the Vita marketplaces.
Almost every time that I've finished the game 4 times. Almost all of them is the Ronnie ending.
Hackers said, "Fuck you, Sony. I'm gonna go ahead and hack your console." Now what are you gonna do? Oh, what's that? You're not gonna provide your PlayStation 5 exclusives for PC? Well, that's okay. We'll just take all of them, and you can't stop it. There are now 4 PS5 emulators in development, and Sharp Emu has already booted Demon's Souls Remake. It only reaches the boot screen for now, but this is a crazy breakthrough. Just seeing a PS5 exclusive boot on PC is something many people thought was still years away. People don't realize how big this is. Rockstar is going to start feeling the pressure. GTA 6 is the game everyone wants on PC, and PS5 emulation moving this fast is the last thing publishers want to see. No joke. And you know what I gotta say to that? Suck my dick, Nintendo and Sony. I look at this post with 100,000 likes.
It's wild how currently Sony and Nintendo are the most hated gaming companies like going around, and Xbox surprisingly is the most loved because they went and fired a bunch of useless people that weren't doing their job properly, and basically instead of shutting down studios, they were like, cool, you guys are now independent, go do whatever the fuck you want, we're no longer in control of you.
Sony pissed off gamers so badly, they made a PS5 emulator. I mean, what's more to say? Like, if you didn't get a PC ahead of time, you're pretty screwed right now. Those of us who have had PCs for a bit, we're reaping every single benefit. We're gonna have a Switch 2 emulator sooner than later. We have a PS5 emulator a lot sooner than ever expected. But hold on, don't blow your loads just yet, because Palworld is about to help you finish off that wank session. As the Palworld 1.0 update is a smash success.
Okay, I'm not surprised that it was a success. I knew it was going to be a fucking success. But I was surprised when I saw that it almost hit 1 million concurrent players again. I wasn't expecting that many concurrent players to jump back into the game.
Peaking at over...
Thank God I bought my PC, yep.
700,000 players.
Okay, so this video is a couple of days old. The last time I looked, the peak was at 950-something thousand players.
Making it the biggest launch on Steam this year. Wait, what? What's that? We just got another update today? I'm sorry, folks. Apparently, it's jumped even higher than that this morning. Maxing out at 850,000 players. Oh my God.
Now that's a lot of damage.
It keeps going up. Never mind the fact that's one of the biggest games ever launched in general on Steam, but it's going for round 2 on that same statistic. And here, all the Nintendo fanboys like Harmon Smith were telling you, no, Palworld is dead. It didn't make an impact. And yet, boom, here we are, 700,000.
Thanks for the support. I worked really hard on the videos. After all this is free AI. Yeah, no. Nora, you did a fantastic job. Really good fucking work on that one.
Players, and it's all everybody is talking about. And this here is precisely why Nintendo chose not to release Pokemon Winds and Waves this year. It wasn't gonna stand a chance against Palworld at 30.
Well, we'll see if the game has actual voice acting, because none of Nintendo's games have voice acting, which is wild.
$50 with more content.
And hope we'll also see what they try and charge for it.
And a far bigger install base. They were not going to be able to compete with that. The install base of the Switch 2 alone isn't enough to match Palworld's numbers. So my best guess is Nintendo thought to themselves, well, let's wait till we sell another 10, 15 million Switch 2s. And then our Pokemon Winds and Waves sales will look a little more respectable. There's a reason why Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo never release concurrent player counts. And that's because they're getting outclassed by indie and AA developers like pocketpair. And that's just the numbers on Steam alone. We have yet to know what the PS5 and the Xbox numbers are. In total, we could be...
We're probably never going to properly find out what the Xbox and PlayStation numbers are. But just by the Steam numbers alone, we know it's a success.
Looking at well over 1,500,000 players, maybe. Numbers that Nintendo craves and wishes they could brag about. Had they released Pokemon...
Awesome app that would work. I had a glitch in Grok today where my usage reset this morning and said it was going to reset 7:30 this evening, so I used half of my gens. Finishing some videos before stream, just checked, reset again, and I'm free and clear with a full gen. Oh, nice, awesome to hear. Aside from the dog that starts, aside from the dog, the starters are ass. You got Team and Rowlet and so like there. Yep. The quote leak proving that no one owns an Xbox. Ah, fuck.
Winds and Waves now, it would have been outmatched, and it would have made Nintendo look like they seriously fell off.
Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that Xbox is currently fucking the only company that is actually not being hated on.
Which, I mean, if you haven't been able to tell for a while, they have. This has led some Nintendo fanboys to trying to find any tiny little W they can get over Palworld, and it's honestly getting really pathetic.
And I actually personally, I would be very happy to see Xbox actually fixing their shit and coming back and becoming a massive contender, because that's where I started. I started on Xbox. Yeah, it's a wild turnaround, yeah.
Check this out. A couple of pals got changed in Palworld 1.0 update. Possible.
I've heard people say they prefer the old looks for the first one. I personally like the new looks of all of them. They look better in my opinion. I'm Nintendo's worst enemy, a delusional fan. Disillusioned fan, yeah.
Changes because of the Pokemon lawsuit. Robin Quill got the biggest changes yet. Bear Dash changed so he doesn't look like Pokemon Cinderace. Fanglope also changed a lot too. I may have missed a few other pals, but here is the before and after. Rippled models. I don't care! Palworld is still soulless AI slop, and I hope Nintendo obliterate that!
Fucking Nintendo fanboys. Honestly, if Nintendo plays their cards right, Palworld could be the best for Nintendo. Yeah, will force Pokemon to actually evolve and iterate. Yep. And the thing is, it's more than just the games. Even the card game for Palworld is doing really fucking well. I can't wait to see where the Palworld franchise goes, because it's going to be more than just this game and the card game. They're working on an anime. They're working on a crap ton. Yep.
What did he do to make them niggas that mad?
So this might be some results from Palworld's battle?
They changed that guy? It doesn't look any different.
With Nintendo? Or maybe they finally realized that they could be more original and do better, which I respect. I've never hated Palworld either way.
I've already said my piece about Nintendo's fanboys. Corporate apologies, yeah.
But at the same time, the streets will never forget where they came from. At what point do you realize, maybe it's time to take your ball and go home? It's over. Pokemon Bros, Nintendo fanboys, Pokemon was slain, okay? They were just outsold by a game that hasn't even been on the market for 3 complete years now. And they're looking for any little W they can, as you saw right there, but none of the lawsuits leveraged against pocketpair have anything to do with character design. Do none of these people actually fucking read?
It's wild as well. Palworld currently has a higher player count than the first Pokemon game ever sold. It has had more players than the first ever Pokemon ever sold.
You guys play Nintendo games where there is no voice
And Palworld's like 2 years old.
acting. I'm sure you guys read a lot, right? Evidently not. Indeed, though, some pals were changed. Now, I would argue some of those changes were for the better. Verdash definitely looks a lot better. I mean, I definitely prefer this overhaul to the character. Several things in the UI were also overhauled and changed, which were things I noticed immediately.
What the fuck is that character? Pokemon can't sue over the design as Pokemon designs are made to be generic. Yeah.
Playing in my...
Look, there are some some Pokemon that aren't generic, but yeah. Dude, Palworld, I will work for free to develop new pals. Yep.
Discord with the community, which I will be playing again tonight. These subtle changes weren't made in order to protect pocketpair against Nintendo's lawsuits, because none of these are under any of those lawsuits. These are obviously artistic choices that they made, and honestly, some of them were for the better.
They are really struggling to fight this level 15 fucking fox.
Some of them, I mean, even J Viper.
That's the Dark Souls player.
Are the Pokemon stands okay? They aren't this broken, are they? These are the same people that keep buying content updates for full price. They're on the same level as Madden consumers. And it's true because, I mean, look at the collection of Nintendo fanboys seething over Palworld's success. Here's Armin Smith. Palworld has more bugs than Pokemon Scarlet and Violet ever did. This Palworld...
This Armin Smith has never actually played Palworld. I'm fucking convinced of that.
Pure slop or slop worth playing because it's fun like Ark. I have no idea how to describe my disdain for Palworld designs. They just look like nothing. Like they have no concept. Fucking hell, what did Bucky's team do to these guys? Palworld will forever be stained by their original intention of being Pokemon with guns.
It's not a stain, that's a positive.
First impressions matter, and all you wanted to do was copy Pokemon to stick it in Game Freak's face? Had you done this from the start, maybe you could have been...
Facts all up. Just to kick Nintendo in the nuts. Yep.
Seen in a better light.
It's cope. Blazemud looks amazing. Blazemud looks fucking awesome. Fucking hell.
And of course they locked the reply. It's a Nintendo guy. You don't need a stool softener. All you need is to drink a little bit of these guys' tears and every...
We need to beat the Blazemud raid boss at some point.
You become soft. Such fragile...
I'm not talking about the Alpha Pal. I'm talking about the actual raid one. The dark fire type.
Grown-ass adults with the mentality of a fucking 8-year-old. Let's not pretend for a single second you don't wish there was a version of Pokemon with guns. People want to say, oh, it's stained, but you know, the player count don't lie.
Nope.
Lots of new players, lots of new purchases. It's the most popular game on Steam this year, which is hilarious because that's a title they achieved twice in the span of 2 years. They've already achieved that twice. Meanwhile, I'm waiting for Nintendo to update us on Pokemon Legends EA sales, which you know are probably in the toilet compared to most Pokemon games. Wouldn't it be funny if you used the reverse on them? Wouldn't it be hilarious if you're like, oh, that's what you get, Pokemon, for copying Digimon? That's what you get for copying Dragon Quest? Obviously, we wouldn't say that because it's retarded. It wouldn't make any fucking sense to say something so stupid.
Because no one actually cares.
These guys can't look past their own stupidity.
Well, no one that matters really cares if they took fucking styles and ideas from fucking other franchises. Because everyone does that.
The vitriol, the hatred, the anger towards Palworld for simply being successful and being better proves that corporate loyalty is a very real problem. These people,
what is this fucking attack that this child is doing? It looks so fucking stupid.
People do not have the capacity to think on their own. They look at something that they deem an insult to Nintendo and they automatically go straight into defense mode for the company. Now, I didn't expect this, but, you know, there's blood in the water, and several large content creators can smell it from miles away. the Nintendo
They made a Pokemon game about one of the two Pokemon Wars who'd sell millions easy, even at $80 a price. Probably. But the thing is, wars contain guns. Pokemon will never do that.
fanboys are
But at the same time, I still don't think any game should cost $80 ever. Like, unless it's a deal, unless it's a complete, like an ultimate edition that comes with a bunch of fucking online content and shit that's just pure extra. It includes the season pass and whatever else, future content. Then sure. But a base game should never be $80 or more. Like, never.
bleeding heavily, and everyone's starting to take notice of just how envious they are of Palworld's success. Here's the Act Man replying to legendary Nintendo fanboy and average gamer. Palworld just hit full release and can't recapture the momentum it had at launch.
I've seen this average gamer fucking idiot on X a couple of times now. I saw a post earlier today.
Momentum came from the early access label and the controversy over creature designs that were copy-paste Pokemon. At what point do you admit you aided scammers? Can't capture the momentum it had at launch, as if hitting 700,000 concurrent players more than a year after launch is something to be ashamed of. Yeah, it's crazy to think that literally less than like 15 hours after this moron tweeted that, the game then hits 850,000 players. And Ackman ratioed that loser into oblivion. Oh, it gets even better because then Legendary Drops comes in for
Man, put it in. I raise him. But I shall not go further.
another dunk. I nearly forgot how disconnected from reality Pokemon Twitter gets over Palworld. They have to be having such a bad day.
Yep. I'll be curious to see where it is now.
Ratioed. I don't even know where an average gamer gets the balls to tweet sometimes.
Actually, let me go check. Where is Palworld currently? Thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. That was Fratanga Plays, talking about how shitty the Switch 2 is and how much Palworld is beating the shit out of them. But no. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.